The Law and You on Rock City 101.9 FM. It's about your rights. What are your rights under the law as a Nigerian? Stay tuned. It is difficult to draw a nexus between police demanding for money to release you. If at all money will be dropped, that money should be a finality. So to ask for someone to stand for you at the same time asking for money, it is very, very illegal. And Nigeria shall be free again. Everyone is presumed innocent until proved guilty. Can the police arrest over civil matters? Purely no. You have taken money from the bank as a loan and you're not able to return when you promise to return. Is that an offense or a crime? No. Alright, kò sí ẹni tí ó mọ̀la. No one knows tomorrow. That little boy, that little girl you may be seeing today that appears to be like a nobody may turn out to be, an imam, a pastor, a governor, commissioner, even the president, an ambassador tomorrow. No one knows tomorrow actually. That's why we should treat everyone equally. That's why we stand for justice in this program and we emphasize justice. Now, last week I would do a brief run through of what we had last week, but before then, again, this is your program, The Law and You on Rock City 101.9 FM. It is your program, really, because we discuss your rights. Also, at times we talk about your obligations. We talk about what things you are entitled to under the law as a Nigerian. So this is your program and this is your darling station, Rock City FM 101.9 FM, and I'm the regular host of the program. I'm Barrister Kayode Aderemi. Call your friends as you normally do, call your neighbors, your even landlord, but today is not for landlord tenancy matters anyway. Let's get our pen and papers ready because there's some things that definitely we're going to learn today as well. Last week, for those that were not able to join us for one reason or the other, we talked about bail. We started with what is bail. I said bail is a temporary or conditional release of a person accused of committing an offense. And apologies to those. I remember last week I was asking that what is the Yoruba, the closest Yoruba meaning that can group all these things together. I didn't check our SMS line early enough. Some sent in messages. Actually, they said bail is oniduro. In the strict sense, oniduro is like a surety, and surety is just one of the aspects or conditions for granting bail. But I quite agree. Looking at it holistically or together, one can say bail simply means oniduro. That means if there is someone or something you have that can stand in your place to ensure you come back, then you are good to go. So when I said that, it is better at times for us to, in our own language, in our mother tongue, in our native tongue, break down certain concepts. It would make more meaning to us generally. Number two, we talked about what's the purpose or essence of bail conditions. And in summary, we said the essence is to ensure that the person shows up whenever his or her attention is needed, whether in the court or in the police station. Anything that can be done to ensure that someone that has been arrested or accused of something or even charged in court comes back or shows back, that is bail. That's the essence rather of bail. And I did say that that's why it is difficult to draw a nexus between police demanding for money to release you and having you to come back. All right. If at all money will be dropped, that money should be a finality. In other words, if you don't show up again, then the money should be forfeited. That is when money can be requested for. So to ask for someone to stand for you, at the same time asking for money, we emphasized here that it is very, very illegal. And Nigeria shall be free again, I believe so, in this generation. Yes, at the BSLA Akabanya already. Number three, we talked about the constitutional basis for bail. I referred us to Section 35 sub 1 and Section 36 sub 5 of Nigeria Constitution. 35 sub 1 talks about right to liberty, and 36 sub 5 talks about everyone is presumed innocent until proved guilty. And number 4, we asked the question, can the police arrest over civil matters? Purely no. Section 4 of the Police Act, Chapter P19, LFN 2004, generally speaking, provides that the general duties of police is to detect and prevent crimes or offenses. So how can you know whether what you have done is a crime? That's when I brought in the issue of microfinance banks and the likes. You have taken money from the bank as a loan and you are not able to return when you promise to return. Is that an offense or a crime? No. How do I know that? Section 2 of the Criminal Code Law of Ogun State 2006 defines offense as anything you do or fail to do which attracts a punishment under any law. So for you microfinance bank staff that you lock people in your toilets, you harass their sureties, you threaten them, that is very much against the law. If that is happening to you, please consult your lawyer. Consult a lawyer. They know what, just one letter, is enough. I remember visiting a microfinance bank in Abeokuta here over a similar thing, where threats, very, very serious threats were handed against someone, all right, for not being able to pay back. That's a purely civil matter, And finally, we talked about when bail is required. 1, 2, court can grant bail, and simply and lastly, police can also grant bail. Now, today we shall try to, that's for last week, today we shall try to assess or to address the pending issues and give updates on cases that have been brought to the fore on this your program, The Law and You. Now, let me start with the Seyi Akinde case. Seyi Akinde was a funeral bite, as I said some weeks ago. As we speak now, he's dead. He's late. Quite unfortunately, maybe his family members most likely are listening to this program now. Seyi Akinde was arrested on the 3rd of February 2020 by men of the ZIS Zonal Intervention Squad. That's of Badaoko. That was before the Kaka footballer saga in Shagamu. The same ZIS did this very untidy job. This boy was arrested together with 16 others. So 17 guys were arrested at Akpakila camp, Abeokuta here. And this boy kept telling them, I've spoken to at least 9 witnesses, and they all have very, very, corroborating stories. And what they keep saying is, he kept telling them that he had his project defense the following day. They should be released. He was not a Yahoo boy. Why are you arresting me? Besides, he told them he had an online trade, forex trade he was trading on then. And because of the arrest, he could not close the deal. I have pictures and evidence of the deal he was running at the time. And by the following day before his release, he had lost about 7 million naira. I have evidence of all these things, not me alone. Even many people have it, out there. They are verifiable things. In short, Seyi lost about 7 million naira, the money belonging to investors, and also lost the opportunity to defend his project. That meant automatic year to him. Finally, to cut the story short, Seyi took his own life, and we're asking questions. Where is justice in this country? We're not just discussing these steps. Very, very cogent steps have been taken on it, and we shall bring you to speed. Now, finally, on updates, there are a lot of them. I'll just mention one more, and we quit on that for our time's sake. We mentioned, I played the voice last week of a lady that alleged that she was raped. We've been on the case for the past 1 week. I've been to the various police formations, spoken to the parents, been to the house, we took pictures, we heard everything, meetings have been held. However, because Yorubas will say Titobagboalo or Yekogbo Abo, on Friday night, about 15th May, Friday night, I got a very, very disturbing message from the girl's surrogate father that he was no longer interested in pressing charges. As I speak to you today, that happened on Friday night. As I speak to you today, I'm still dumbfounded and in rude shock as to his message. Sexual defilement is one of the very, very worst ways to rob a girl child or a lady. She can never get back what you robbed her of or what you stole from her. You stole her dignity. It's called defilement. If you took money, someone can work again and make another money. If you stole someone's car, there's still hope. You can walk and get the car back. But when you rape someone, when you force yourself on a girl or a lady without a consent, such thing can never, never be regained again. Well, without fear of contradiction, this surrogate's father's disposition is one of the strongest reasons crime will never abate in some countries like Nigeria. Personally, I feel there is more than meets the eye. This is not a tidy development. is not a good one. We shall look at possibilities of continuing the case anyway, despite what he has said. All right, again, let's move on to another thing. There's a lot on the burner today, quite a lot to discuss. May God help us. And today too, we hope to take more calls. Last week we couldn't take questions. We shall revisit the questions that we could not take. Just one more thing before then. Now, my findings on crimes. I discovered that I'm a lawyer, by the way. I practice in Nigeria. Yes, I'm called to the Nigerian bar. You know, so I practice anywhere in the country. So whenever I am in the court and I see that police officers bring minors or children to the court to arraign them for various offenses, at times I just move closer to them and I ask them question: what is your name? Where do you live? And I also ask them, where are your parents? What have you done? Now, from my findings, from my personal survey I've taken, particularly here in Abeokuta, and more particularly in Ishabo court premises. Ishabo is in Abeokuta, Ogun State. For those of us listening to us from outside Ogun State, that's where we have our major court premise before we move to Kobakbe. Now, this is my finding. About 18, yes, 18 out of every 20 children that I have interviewed that have been molested or arrested for crimes are either from families with large number of children on one part, or they are from separated or what we call broken homes. I have asked them every now and then, whenever I have matter in court and I see police officers bring them to court in, you know, most time in droves and the likes, I ask them questions, and to my chagrin, I discovered that, like I said, there is a common thing. Out of every 20 that I ask, 18 of them will either tell me, I ask them, how many are you in your family? Most of them tell me we are like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 in the family. And then most times they are not with their parents. It's either like a single father or a single mother thing. Now, this is a very, very strong message to us. That means that there is a very strong link between crimes for children and broken homes, or homes where parents are separated. A lot of things happen. It will be very, very difficult to manage such children. Well, Shibenya Agbalebo, Tesawipe Omoberenko, well, imagine barrier, but we've always said children are not, we don't sell them. Even in Ogun State, it will be difficult for palliatives for COVID-19 to go around. Because if you give a family that has just 2 children a bag of rice, it will take them longer time for lockdown. But imagine there are 12 or 7 or 10 children. That's just simple. That's not rocket science. So please, I have discovered that most prosperous countries, check it out, most times, not all the times, they have children or birth control in their countries. Even check their presidents. They have just 1, 2, 3 children. It's better that way for our country. They've always said Africa shall be poor and remain poor, but they've not told us why that is. I'm persuaded that one of the reasons is because of uncontrolled childbirth most times. Please, I've always said this. This is for those that are yet to have children or still having children. When they are more, there is more likelihood to have problems. Even children that hawk on streets most times. This girl's case, this rape case that was reported, well, I'm sorry, you know, that's what happened to her too. She was hawking potato and the boy called her over and raped her. If what all her parents had were just 3 of them, for example, or 4 of them, but when you begin to have 7, 8, 9, 10, it will be very difficult to do that. Stop any child on the road. Most of them, find out, most of them, they are multiple children. These things call for deep concern. Nigeria will be great again. Africa, shall be great again. Please, we'll take a very, very short break. And there is a song by Two-Face. The song is more like a proverb, like a parable. I enjoy us to listen very much to the song. Is advising those that are yet to have children to be cautious. All right, I think the title is Raindrop by Two-Face. We'll take a very short break and then we'll come back to our questions. We'll be right back.